and, dog, bimusufiseke, sake, limo, masafisafolo, L, arts, sky, blue, color, man, woman, baby, child. Who invented words? Where do they come from? What do they mean? Man, I know you were like, what in the hell is he saying? Who invented words? I can invent a word right now. Lemiso. What does it mean? I could make it mean lemonade. And I could tell my children in generations, below me, that Lemiso means lemonade. Or it could mean marijuana. I'm getting high off Lemiso tonight. Who invented words? Let's kind of dig a little bit into it. To decide which words to include in the dictionary amongst many brands of dictionaries, and to decide what they mean, different editors, like, for example, Merriam-Webster editors, study the language and its usage. So basically, they carefully study how much it's being used and how often it's being used also, if I'm correct, yes. So the editors, they devote so much time. As a matter of fact, if I'm correct, it's called reading and marking. They go through a variety of publications, magazines. They read a lot of books. They just go through all these different texts. And they spend about an hour to 2 hours a day doing this. It's called cross-secting also. They cross-sect a lot of published material. And basically, at the end of the day, or the week rather, they have a group of words that they come up with and they add it to the dictionary. Voila. Now, instead of going so deep down the rabbit hole, and when I say deep, I'm talking about theories on top of theories in regards to, how language is created, let's just stick with the surface. You can do all the research you want to do. It could take hours for me to, define the many theories regarding our language. But just sticking on the surface, from what I've gathered and all that I've read, it seems like most of what I'm getting is that the derivative of words and language, linguistics, etymology, comes from the mimicking of sounds, maybe something similar to what animals do and how they communicate with one another. From what I've gathered, the tracings of ancient linguistics, Egyptian language, etymology, also there was a lot of mimicking sound usage as far as language was concerned. Even if you just go to other words regarding just this century alone, you have words like scam, jazz, blimp, raunchy. They all appeared just in this last century. So I guess the best way to just wrap all this up is just say that words are simply artificial. They really don't mean anything until there is some type of context and connection to it. You didn't know what a dog was until your mother, father, friend, whomever pointed out that there's this particular species made up of this matter that includes 4 legs that makes a sound that is called barking, because we told you that is called barking. And all of a sudden, with repetition of seeing this thing, this matter with 4 legs and a tail and these ears, in similar contexts and similar shapes all around, in repetition, that thing became a dog. It barked. It continued to enforce the impact, enforce the definition and the position of it being a dog. I mean, you got to keep in mind that we rarely even need words to communicate with one another. You and I could be in the same room. I can give you a variety of facial looks and body positions to let you know exactly how I feel about you and, where I want to be and where I don't want to be, I think it's, a again, going back to this being the New Wave reality series, I think we have to understand that with the usage of words that, yes, there's a lot of power. If there's something coming out of your mouth that's making a definitive position about who you are, where you stand, and where you want to be at this moment, again, it's going to have some type of effect on your reality. But also keep in mind the presence of energy, the presence of vibration. We all heard of vibration. We've all heard of chakras, for example. It's all wrapped in one. Vibration, frequency, energy. It's all wrapped in one. And although it all, individually does its particular thing, understand that ultimately what's emanating from you it's combining with words. It's combining with the mimicry of sounds to create the reality. I could just as well tell you that I really like being around you. Oh, I love being around you. I love hanging out with you. But my facial expressions, my body language, my energy, my vibration could say something totally different. Which is why we should understand that the impact of frequency and energy, as much as we place it on words, you might want to really be careful about the position of frequency and vibration where it's really placed, the root of it. The root of it ultimately is in the definition of the core of who you are, the body, the energy. The thing is, at some point, because you associate certain feelings with certain words, that's where the body follows it. That's where the mind follows it. And now, just like the vibration and energy of the body, of your body movements, of your body language says a lot more oftentimes than words could ever say, words still have a lot of impact. Words still have tremendous amount of impact because we have learned all these oodles and doodles of words. What is oodles and doodles? Who made that up? We've learned all these words from, the beginning of our time, our entrance into this realm. And we've attached positive things to these words and negative things to these words. So, they make us feel a certain way. I end this by basically saying, who invented words? Ultimately, the answer to that is we invented words. Webster Dictionary didn't invent words. They don't invent words. There's editors. Read it for yourself. You can actually go to Merriam-Webster's website or just punch in, who adds words to dictionary. There's a group of people. And that doesn't mean they're more superior or more inferior in particular. It just means that they have a responsibility and a job to do. But just like in my last video, I told you, I made it quite clear that even the words black and white, there was no association with color when those words were first started, in context. I was even reading about the word dog. Dog didn't even mean dog when the word first started. Oftentimes it's good to understand that the etymology of these words have a different classification. But truly understand that you have power. We have slang. Like, every culture has slang. Like, that's a perfect example of how we create our own words. I'm just trying to reinforce. I'm not trying to, just throw out, facts and just say, hey, this is truth. At the end of the day, all truths are half truths. They can be argued from so many different perspectives, and that's wisdom, being able to be outside of yourself and look at it from so many different perspectives. I'm not trying to get you to believe what I say. I'm trying to get you to do your own research and, open your mind up to understanding that reality is not what you've always thought it was. And this is just another subset of what constitutes reality, what constitutes the frequency that makes your reality what it is. Understand that just like all these words are invented by us, understand that your world, your reality, your life is invented by you. If I never told you what all these words, every word that comes out of your mouth, if I never, ever, not me, but if anybody never showed you what the meaning and true definition of these words were, they would be empty, bottomless, artificial, no definition. and you would just be spewing words out and not understanding at all what you're saying. Just like when you try to speak another language and have no idea what it means, or rather when someone's speaking it to you, you have no idea what it means because you didn't learn it. You didn't learn it. Learn yourself. Learn who you are. Learn to use your words carefully and learn to invent. Understand that you have the power, the golden power, the supernatural power to invent. Invent your reality. Invent your words. Shapeshift and change your life today. Like right now. All right? So that's going to do it for Who Invented Words. Again, it's not totally thoroughly in depth. Feel free to do your own research regarding linguistics and language and how it all came about and the different variety of theories that go along with it. But again, just understand the surface value of these things. It all starts with you. It all starts with you and me. All right, you take care. We'll do another one soon, all right? Talk to you later.